Hello, 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 everyone, and good afternoon to you all. My name is Ava, and this is Stitching in the Intellect, and this is Jonaboy. This is the Terror on Four Paws. Yes. Hey, Jonaboy. Hey, my Jonaboy. So, I am late today because I was sitting here at 9 o'clock, and normally Juliet, she's right on the ball and she calls and that. But it was like maybe a minute or two after 9. I thought, what the heck is going on? So I called her. She said, I said, did you sleep in? And she said, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. And I said, why, what's up? She says, I got to go. I got to leave here by quarter after. And um, I said, why? Where are you going? And she says, to Arberg. And I said, John going with you? No, 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 John's not going with me. I said, I'll go with you. So I had like 10 minutes, maybe not even that, to get what stuff ready. So I had no time for my video. I just, yeah, it was just go, 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 go. So she was getting her the oil changed in her car, plus the free brake check. So they check all the brakes and lights and everything else. And and then there was something else. I'm not sure. She had to get a couple of wiper blades, one for her car and one for John's. And yeah. So I just got home here like about 5 minutes ago. So I am trying to catch up. And it was, oh my gosh, it was busy. So then, okay, that took about an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes, I guess. And so then we left there and we went over to the thrift store because she had a box to drop off. And I probably could have found some stuff here to drop off there, but yeah. And but I didn't. I had no time. Didn't even have time to grab my sweater, and it was chilly this morning. So anyway, yeah. So then after that appointment, excuse me. I have been up since before 4. And actually, this morning I was kind of praying, oh, what can I do to keep myself awake and all that. And God provided the perfect opportunity. So, anyway, so then afterwards we went over to the thrift store, and I went looking in the thrift store. I told Juliet, I said, oh, I'm hoping to find some curtains for my bedroom. Lo and behold, I did. They were a little bit more expensive. These ones were $14. But I got $1.40 off being a senior. And I found 2 Corelle dishes, the bowls, because I'm trying to get rid of the heavier stuff that I've got in my cupboard, and get some of the lighter, bowls or plates and everything else. So yeah, I found 2 bowls. And I thought, okay, fine, that's good. They were $1.50 each. And here, if you bought them new, they would be like 4 something. And so anyway, I got that and I was happy. And I put my curtains up and they fit perfectly. They're kind of a almost like a velveteen fabric, and they're burgundy, and so they just go right with everything. Juliet was looking at them. She said, "Oh, they're going to be too long. They're going to be too long." I said, "No, I don't think so." I said, "Here are one of the longer ones." And I said, "No, I wouldn't get them." And these were 56 deep down and lengthwise, 54 widthwise. So then when we got home here, I put them up. So it took me a little bit to get them up there, but they fit. Finally have good curtains for the bedroom. And they're short enough so that they don't even get close to the heaters. And which I needed. I mean, for goodness sakes, they could have been green. They could have been purple. They could have been blue. They could have been black or whatever, you know. But nope, these were good. So anyway, and then when we finished there, we were just going to get ready to leave Arborg. When Juliet remembered, she said, "No, I got to go back to Viking. I got to talk to," and the guy's name's Elvis. Yeah, you can do a kind of a lot of ribbing with that, but I didn't. I did it at the beginning, but not now. He must have heard it all 100 times over. So anyway, we went back to Viking, and she wanted to get it so that her map would show up and talk to her. And so anyway, Elvis said, "No, you need the proper cord for this." So then we went back. We went over to the Bell MTS. It's just a small one, and apparently this girl didn't know one cord from another. And so she needed the cord that I had in the car to show what, but my cord wasn't the right one. Mine is for an Apple and hers is for an Android. So I think it's a C. Is it a C or a D? I don't know. Anyway, so Juliet asked, asked the lady, she said, "If it doesn't fit, can I bring it back?" She said, "Sure." So we went back over to Viking, and Elvis came out and he did it. It won't talk to us. It'll ding. I don't know why it's not doing voice, but it's got a microphone. I mean, she had it working. For the longest time, she had it working. And it would tell her, in 300 meters, turn right. But it doesn't do that right now. So I don't know what. She's got to look at it some more. So anyway, then it was that we were hungry. So I said, well, there's a Subway. I believe there's a Subway here in town. So we went to the Subway, and I had my coupons this time. So I got 1 foot long and then a 6-inch. So I got that. And that'll do me for 3 meals. And while I was there, there were a couple of young guys that were in there, and they were looking, okay, well, we've got enough money for, that we can each get a foot long sub. So I had all these coupons on the paper, and I said, would you guys like one of these? I said, if you buy two, you get one for free. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, thank you, ma'am, thank you. And he said, are you sure you don't need it? I said, no, I don't need it. Oh, they were so thrilled. They were so thrilled. They didn't know what to make of it. And sure, are you sure? I said, oh yeah, that's fine. Take it and enjoy. You got these hungry boys there that are growing and they need food. So this way there, it gave them a foot long plus a 6-inch each. So, and then we went over to Chicken Chef because Juliet, she didn't want a sub. And so we went to Chicken Chef, but I didn't have my sub because I wasn't going to take it in there to eat it. And so I got a plate of French fries. Oh my goodness, it was filling. They were hot, but they were good. But I gave Juliet almost half of them because I said I'm not going to be able to eat these. And I am stuffed to the top of my head and beyond. To infinity and beyond. Oh, come on, you guys were already thinking it, weren't you? So, anyway, today is Tuesday, the 23rd of September, 2025. And yeah, today was supposed to be Rapture Day for some church. I don't think that happened. I was watching this morning and they were, it was Nick Jones, and he's really good. And he was like, he would quote the Bible and he would say, just a minute, excuse me, that no one knows the hour nor the day, not even the angels in heaven. And so he said, but these people had sold their condos, had sold their cars, had taken their 401ks or whatever else that they had, their savings account, and just did it. One guy, he had his car and he sold it because he was expecting the rapture. The rapture comes when we least expect it, and no one knows that date. And it's just, excuse me, I think the day's catching up with me. So anyway, yeah, like it's, I think, oh, you that are foolish, it's like the story of the 7 women and the lamps. And there were actually 14 altogether. So 7 women had their lamps, all that kind of stuff. But they had very little oil in it because they weren't prepared. The other women all had oil in their lamps right up top, so that when Jesus knocked at the door, that they would be ready. And so the other 7 foolish women ran off looking for oil, and during that time, that's when Jesus came. So it's like, come on, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. Okay. There. Um, yeah. And this one preacher, he said, "Oh, yes, 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 it's going to be today, the 23rd." And Nick Jones was said, oh, and then they come afterwards and they go, "Oh, the rapture did happen, but it was only on a spiritual level." Will they own up to it? No man is told. No man is told. That's why we should all be ready for when Jesus comes back. And I hope I'm one of them that is ready, ready, ready. And like these people were selling all the stuff, and Nick said, because they didn't need their vehicles or their condos or their houses or anything like that. So then he said, well, you can't take your money with you. And one couple that had gone to this church and they had gone there to wait out for the rapture had given their Uber driver a huge tip, like thousands of dollars in a tip, because they said, we're not going to need it. Foolish, foolish, foolish people. Okay, so that's where I'm doing wrong. Okay. So yeah, that was funny there this morning. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be in the middle of a surgery. You could be like me hanging up curtains. It's, or me taking garbage out or whatever it is. Could be at any second. So if I disappear, you know where I am. So, Gigi, I got your message. She said that she has sent out all 4 envelopes for the 4 winners from Sunday. So be expecting those in the mail. Okay, so that is that, and that is that. So now I have to go. Yeah, so needless to say, I did not get anything done in here. But I'm so glad I got my curtains. Finally, finally, finally got curtains. And they were the perfect height. And it's unbelievable. The Lord provided for me again. And I thank you, Jesus, for that. Absolutely. And my 2 Corelle bowls. So I have, it doesn't matter the pattern to me on the Corelle bowls. So it's just that I had Pioneer Woman, and they're heavier. So I think I've got 4 bowls left and some mugs. So I'm going to put them in the yard sale for next year. All right, how did I do this? How on earth did I do this? What on earth did I do here? Okay, there. So, so one has just got a green ring around the top, and the other one has green around by the base. It's all about the base. You know that song, it was a hit like, what, 10 years ago? I don't know if it was a one-hit wonder for her, but So when we left this morning, it was chilly. Oh my goodness. I was freezing all the way there. Everything. And but now that we've come further west, it's beautiful. They had rain over there. We didn't get anything here. So, oh my goodness. But I tell you, I was so blessed to get those curtains. Yeah, that's just, it's like they were sitting there waiting for me. And the lady asked us, said, where are you from? And he said, Ericsdale. Obviously, she's not been to Ericsdale. And she said, do you have a thrift store there? I said, no. She said, well, what do you have there? 2 grocery stores and a hardware store. And a pharmacy. And that's it. She said, nothing else? Well, no, like there's the Havakeen and Ericsdale Plaza, but, you know, right in town, there's really nothing. And I said, boy, if you ever want to open up a sister store, we need something like that here. We absolutely need something like that here. It's because we have nothing here. So yeah. But Juliet was walking around and she couldn't believe all the stuff that they had in there. And I mean, I tell you, if I was young and starting off, I'd go to thrift stores only. That would be it. Because they had really nice, I mean, they had a beautiful china cabinet for $140. Beautiful glass. Yeah, I think people are crazy to pay full price for stuff. I mean, food is jacked up too, so you know. Oh, I may be going to Winnipeg tomorrow with Juliet. Because if John doesn't go, then she always likes company. I know I would, right? So, she's got a doctor's appointment with the dermatologist. I've been to see him too, twice. Oh, they finally came to pick the garbage up. They're late today. Must have had troubles. Must have had troubles. I was able to get my recycling out. I was supposed to take it out this morning, but didn't have a chance. So I was happy when they hadn't come yet. So, but yeah, so, and if it is that I go with her, then we will be leaving. Her appointment, she said, I think is around 10. So we'd be leaving about 8. And she drives fast. She drives fast. Not like this slowpoke. No, I take my time. If I need to get there by a certain time and I know that I'm slow, I just leave a little bit earlier. You know, everybody is so rush, you know, cutting in line and doing it just to sit at this the traffic light just right in front of you. And then they get going, and then there's a delivery truck in front of them or something. You know, like, yeah. This morning I was going to change over this Nurge and get my Q-Snap because it's a lot tighter than this. Okay, so I've got the, oops, I got this. Oh, yesterday I made it to 80%. And I'm, of course, now I'm over 80%. I'm 80.15. So, okay, yeah. Please remember on Sunday that the live will be starting at 11, give or take. Okay, so if I don't start right at 11, it's probably because I'm hung up at church or something, or I've grabbed something to eat here, or whatever it is, right? I will be there and we will do the full 2.5 hours. Oh, this morning I watched no, not that one. I watched Stitch and Mommy. And I had watched her whip parade, 2.5 hours long, or even almost 3 hours long. She did a good job with it too. So if I can, I will be on. If I know, she's going to let me know tonight. And then what I'll do is when I get up in the morning, which is probably early, I can do my video and get it up for you. So, oh, come on. So, but I tell you, those two kids, those two young guys, I think one was, they were brothers, I believe. And one was really short, the other one, I think they were, or cousins or something. And they were so thrilled. They were so thrilled. You know, and you know what? To show a little bit of kindness like that, you know, so I mean, if you're in line and you've got a coupon for, say, you got a coupon for Similac or something, $5 off coupon, but of course you don't need it, right? But you see someone, give it to them. Chances are they really need it. And it's always nice to show kindness. You know, kindness never goes out of fashion. Well, in this day and age, it's hard to find. So, okay, so just a minute here. So, I am going to do this one and this one. This one and this one. Okay, I've done 80.19%. I would have had a lot more done. But at least I got my curtains. All right. There I am on this wing. I'm doing this with this variegated or colorless or whatever. So that's what I'm working on. So I am over 80% done. Yeah. Yeah. I'm so thrilled. I am so thrilled. Oh, come on. Because it's this one I want. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm sorry again that I was late, and I know a lot of you look forward to my video first thing in the morning. Yesterday's video didn't want to load. So by the afternoon it was still stuck at the same spot. So I deleted it and then redid it. It's the first time that it's done that, but I don't know. Anyways, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you, and so do I. And so does, I guess, Jonah and Ruthie are in the bedroom, I think. And because I don't see them here. So, but I got new curtains. Yay! Well, new to me, but they're perfect. So, anyways, have a great Tuesday. I hope to see you tomorrow. Don't worry if I'm not on, okay? Because I'm probably racing out the door to meet up with Juliet. Anyways, we'll talk to you later. Toodaloodles, everybody.